Hello and welcome to the Car 7 Race Driver Show with me, Hugh Hatrick, and alongside me tonight it is Andrew Marr. Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
And if you're very perceptive there, you may have just heard Andrew say, by the way, what are we talking about tonight as we already started the show?
Is it race engineering? Oh, we haven't got our names up. Have you changed the setting?
No. I wonder why that's in there. Maybe it's covered it somehow.
Weird.
Now, tonight, we have a very kind of, I don't know if it's a prize or it's a possibility, but it is, we are opening up our studio to the chat. That's right, to those and to the viewers who are watching, and you could be the star of the show. So if anyone is brave enough to actually come on the show, we will send you an invite and you can start asking us the questions. We can start having a big chat about the most exciting topics in sim racing. So all you need to do is let us know, right? Give us a message in the chat, and then you can let us know on Discord if you like with your email. You can Discord me, or you can email me, and we can get things sorted out that way. Or if you're happy to put your email address on the chat, then we'll just send you a link, and you could be the star of the show. What do you think of that, Andrew?
I think it's a great idea. I'm going to do a chat challenge or a challenge to anyone that comes on to answer one question from me. You're normally the interviewer, but I have one question, and that is, will Lewis Hamilton ditch Formula One for 2022?
Great question. Now, I know that
will he stay or will he go?
Sky has been talking about that. Today, haven't they? They've done a recent video, which I saw the advert for, but I haven't actually seen the actual piece itself. Have you seen that? I
haven't seen that yet. No, I've not noticed that. It's not brought that up. I'll have a look. On the Sky channel.
So what do you think? Do you think he will actually just retire, or do you think it's all part of the show?
I really don't know, because it depends which side of the fence his mind sort of settles on. To me, there's two sides to this. There's this sort of like feeling that you've been treated so unfairly that you're just going to give up on it. You know, the joy of racing is gone if you're not going to be allowed. You know, that sort of bitter taste in your mouth. If he's got that, he'll go.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure he's got that. But there's also I'll go back and show him.
Yeah.
I want to compete in the first year of the new formula, the new design of car, and show him. So it depends. He's got a life outside of Formula One. He obviously enjoys his racing, but he's got a life outside of Formula One. He doesn't need it. He's got plenty of money. He's got 7 world championships. He's fairly successful. You know, he doesn't need to. He's got nothing left to prove as such. So we've got Jack in the chat, JJ.
Yes, I was going to say Jack has just joined us.
Simon, hello, Simon.
Simon there. It's good to see you. And DTR Cars, Iron Line is there. It's good to see everyone tonight. So yes, this is the big show where you could be a star. Yeah, Ian is here as well. Ian. So people are coming in from all over the globe as we speak.
Over the place. Yeah, so exactly. I think it all depends on which side wins, because even if he sort of has that bitter feeling in his mouth, that sort of bitter taste, and his heart's sunk because of just the whole concept of coming into a season where the authorities are fixing races and not being consistent, and you're not allowed to race. Even if he has the attitude of "I'll show them," even if he's got that, it might not be. It might take the edge off of his racing.
Yeah,
you might not just want to be no motivation, even though you're trying to prove a point. So I have no idea. I really don't know. I've got a feeling he'll ditch it, but I don't know.
It's going to be interesting if he does. Yeah,
he's the biggest star. He's the biggest star. He pulls in more than all the others.
It's going to be interesting to see if George Russell could take his place, or Lando Norris. I mean, it would be something. But on a side note, this is the show where you can be the star. So everyone who's I think Andrew has just suddenly cut off there. This is the show until Andrew comes back. where you could be the star. That's right. If you want to be interviewed tonight, it might just be for a few questions for as little or as long as you would like. Then let me know in the comments. We will send you an invite and you can come on the show. And the thing is, we can have more than one. If you want to go on TV, this is your chance to be on YouTube. And you can come in and you can start talking about all the major issues in sim racing and motorsports, and we can even interview you as well. So let us know in the comments if you're up for coming on the show. We've got Andrew here back again, and so I've done a plug. Now, will anyone be brave enough to come on the show?
No. We should get Simon in. Get Simon in on the show.
You need to ask Simon a favour on behalf of HHTCR.
So this is I can't remember what we decided, because you are up for doing commentary with me on pleb racing Sunday.
Yes. Yeah.
So were we talking about? Oh yeah, because Matt can't do HSTCR. I'd forgotten. Yes. So Simon, if you are available, I did say that I'd need to talk to him, but if you are available on Saturday evening to commentate with me on the HHTCR races, please, because Matt is not available, and I don't want to be all on my own.
Yeah.
I want company, and I think we did a very good job that other time. So if you're available, no shoulders will be required. You can even stream it on your channel as well. That's easy enough, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, Matt's had to cancel at the last minute. He's had a major event. He's been invited to a special event, which is too good to miss. So he is going to do that on Saturday night. But he does send his apologies and best wishes to hope that the race is a great night. And I'm sure it will be. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to have to try and get some last minute practice in tomorrow to see if I can kind of startle a few people with my pace at Brands Hatch.
Well, you like Brands. Brands is one of your favourite circuits, isn't it? Even
I do like it. I do like it indeed.
Yes, I said I would like to be there for the last round. Excellent. Oh, good.
Well, you know that's commentating, though.
Yes, commentating. Yeah, so you would be there talking with me on the stream.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Now, last night we were racing on Thea's stream, weren't we? On Thea's stream with Sue's a Crowd. And we had some quite exciting and dramatic races, didn't we?
It was all right. Bathurst.
Yeah, Bathurst in the dry.
How many times can you restart a race before you're something a man? Yeah, it was like round the first corner. I mean, on several occasions, it actually got to the end of that first straight just before the hill, didn't it? And then they restarted. Yeah, and then they restarted it. Because that corner going up the hill was where everybody kept smashing into each other because they were all nuts. Yeah. No, it was good. You should have seen the night race and the wet race was kind of crazy as well, but it was good fun. But so now I was quite interesting because earlier on today I decided I'll try and have a look at what opportunities in sim racing were available to me to play some games. So I went on to iRacing. I couldn't find anything on iRacing at all. Okay. All the lobby times just didn't suit. Plus, I was going to have to spend a fortune buying even more stuff to actually be able to race. So I thought, right, I'll try Automobilista 2. And there were like one or two little things I could have played. I did do a race in a kind of it was one of those kind of open seater, not a Rascal. What do they call it? Oh, that little thing you raced the other day. Like a Formula Ford.
It was different to that. It was like it's almost like an aerial Atom. It was that kind of car. That type of thing.
Are you thinking like a Westfield? The Westfield Radical?
Yeah, but it had a bit more. It had a bit more body.
No, the Radical. The Radical.
Yeah, Radical. Like a Radical. Yeah, exactly like that.
I think that had the fastest time around the Top Gear test track, but because they didn't count it as a real road car.
Yeah,
they
couldn't do it.
So yeah,
the lobby they did have quite a few people in it. They had about 10 people in it, but they only did one racing lap and 10 minutes qualifying. I thought, what's the point of that one? So I did one lap, and that was fine. But I thought, okay. So then I went on to a set of Corsa Competizione. I thought, well, I might just manage to get a race, but all the races were too far away. They were too long. The qualifying takes forever. So that was out of place. And I thought, well, most of my options have gone. GD Sport, again, I hadn't really considered it. I was more kind of looking at PC games. Right. So the only game that was left to me was Assetto Corsa. So I went on to Assetto Corsa and I did a race. And it was fantastic. I was in a Lamborghini Gallardo, just racing, doing around the Nürburgring sprint track, which was great fun. And I was ramming, and because it was against a bit of AI and also a bit of multiplayer. It was great fun. They were obviously using multiplayer to help fill out. Okay. It was quite good. So it worked rather well. But my question to the chat and to the viewers is, if you are bored and you can't find a race that fits, what do you do? What is your answer in sim racing? What games do you play that help fill the gap? Because we need to know so we can buy them. In fact, now as a bus driver, I think I might have to start streaming Bus Simulator at this rate to see.
Bus Simulator. Well, there's obviously, I know that one answer will be there's that golf game.
Oh yeah,
which is surprisingly good, actually.
Yeah.
You can't. Me and Simon sort of did a bit of coaching for me, so I got a bit better. It's always fun when you get like me, Simon, Matt, and Richie Roo, because Richie wiped the floor with me the first time we played. I was awful, and then the last time we played, Richie, something just went wrong for Richie, and he was slicing it all over the place, and he did sort of get better towards the end, but he ended up 10, 20 under par or something, over par, and I was like second or third. The fight between me and Simon, but you can't beat Matt. He has a flamingo for a putter. You can't beat him. Arkeys.
Arkeys. I had fun playing the crew. Now, that was a kind of game where you kind of hot rod cars, isn't it? You kind of do them up and race them. If that's an arcade over. Now, Arkeys 74. You do fantastic videos. I was watching your video earlier today on the Green Hell, where you had a couple of races. That was really good. I think you might be just about brave enough to come on the show last minute. Would you like to be today's special guest?
Can you imagine this if he's on the screen and he's doing everything with subtitles?
Like videos. But we might not see him. It might just be subtitles to answer. That'll be there. But they're very good. They're very
explosion, a crash, and I'm fine, thank you.
We can send you an invite on StreamYard, and if you would like to come on the show tonight, then this could be your chance. So you've said thanks. Is that? Yeah, Jack. If you want to come on as well. You might just have to let your parents know that you're coming on. Yeah, you can come on now.
That's the idea, Jack.
It's an open session for the stars of the future here on the Car Sim and Race Driver Show.
Yeah, now.
Yep, you can come on. Yep, you can do it right now. But we just need to make sure that everything's all permission. Everyone's got permission to come on.
Well, that's Arkeys saying. Do you mean now?
Yeah. So, yes. No, Arkeys, if you want to come, but as I say,
one or both of you. I would like to say. I would like to say that my favourite bit of Arkeys' video tonight was the bit where it's got a little clip from Spaceballs.
Oh yeah.
When he fast forwarded to the end, he goes, "Prepare for ludicrous speed." Well, I love that bit. But it's a pity. Somehow he needs to weave in the bit where he goes, "What's the matter, Sanders? Chicken."
Now, Jack has said no thanks. We must have scared him, but not to worry, that's fine. And Darren's here as well. Good to see you, Darren. We are opening up the show tonight to people who would like to come on at the last minute. So if you're up for that,
Mrs. Darren.
Yeah.
Mrs. Darren could come on. She's not even been on the show. We need Darren on the show. He's been on the show. Spaceballs is awesome.
Hello from Mrs. Darren. Oh, fantastic. It's lovely.
What's that? That's then. I want now. We can't have now. Now's then.
Yeah. But when I saw the name Chadwick, I suddenly thought, oh my goodness, we've got Thingy Chadwick from Formula W.
Jamie
Chadwick. I thought
young Jamie, that would be something special, wouldn't it? Well, maybe it's Jamie Chadwick's mum.
You never know. You never know.
Could be. Who knows?
So Darren said yes. I think Darren's keen, and Arkeys said he needs to go to the bathroom first.
Is Roo sober tonight? Yes, Roo's sober most of the time. Just now and again he isn't.
Yeah.
Now and again.
What we're going to need to do is to send invites. So I will quickly do that just now.
I need a wee first. You see, I did my wees before the show. So did Hugh, but only just.
Yeah, it was literally about a minute before the show.
So if you all come on the camera and you start going like this, we know what you're doing.
Now, what I'm going to have to do here is to put your email address in here. I do think I've got Darren's, I think. Yeah.
You've got Darren's because you've already sent him one because he was on the show.
Yeah, no, that is true. So I need Arkeys. So Arkeys, if you can send me an email, which is or if you're happy to put it on as a chat on the chat there, or just send it to me, hughhatrick@gmail.com, then I will be able to send you the link straight away, and we can get you up and running.
StreamYard.
It's fantastic, isn't it? And all you need to do is to allow permission for your camera and your mic, and then we will be able to take you on. And this is going to be exciting.
Fairly intuitive, unlike most things. So, yeah. Mr. Darren is saying we shall come on. I think him and Victoria. What's that from? Victoria.
Right, I've sent the email to Darren. So Darren, check your email, and hopefully you will have received it. And then in a few minutes' time, we will get you on the show. It'll take you straight there.
I think, who was that impersonator, the really good one, with his ex-girlfriend who's Scottish, who's Ronnie Ancona and him? Do you remember them? Ronnie Ancona's the girl and him. Come on, chat challenge. He's very famous. He's very good. Anyway, their sort of sketch show they used to do. They used to do Victoria Beckham, didn't they? And I think that's where I'm getting that from. Victoria.
So there you go. Well, in a few moments' time, we are going to have Darren Turner coming on the show, and also Arkeys. Oh, Alistair McGowan. Yes.
Alistair McGowan,
yes,
thank you. Yes, that's
it.
He's very good. Yeah, and don't forget Victoria wants to come on as well.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Victoria. Well, it will be on the email that is there for Darren.
So if you forward the email to Victoria.
Yeah, well, you might be able to come on together if you sit next to each other. There might just be enough room.
Oh yeah, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
How many can this thing cope with? How many did you have the other day?
I think we cope with about 8 or 10, actually. Ooh. So yeah, because we had about 7 on our Christmas special.
Did.
So yeah.
And I'll sit here like this.
Yeah, no, Roo is looking very, very relaxed though on his big comfy leather chair. Have I not attached? Oh, I've not attached. Right. Sorry about that. Hang on. Let me do it again.
Hugh Hatrick. Unfortunately, his elbows. It's not easy to type with them. Elbows Hatrick.
Oh, actually, I think I've given that to the wrong. Oh no, thankfully, I thought I'd give it to the person there. I thought I'd give it to my boss. I thought I was about to send it to my new boss.
So you get somebody from a Reaver bus
Yeah,
driving.
we're going to get somebody from.
Superb.
Here we are. That would have been not fun.
You'd have somebody who hello there. Yeah, what are you doing?
There we go. Right,
well, you sent me this funny looking link. I got all excited, so I squeak.
There we go. Hopefully that one will have worked because it said I've sent it, and there is, I believe, there is.
Now, don't forget, there's the special question. Do you think Lewis Hamburgertron will ditch Formula One this year or stay and fight?
Now, we need Arkeys as well. Arkeys. Okay, so we need your email address, Arkeys, to be able to get you on.
Or you could send the link to his Discord thing as a message.
Does Arkeys have a Discord?
I don't know.
If you're on Discord, send me a message, and I'll give you the link straight back.
I'll tell you what.
We'll do that.
I'll have a look.
Andrew can do that, and
I can do that because I can copy and paste the link from my email into the Discord.
Of course, into that one. That will work. And then in the next few minutes, I'm sure.
Stupid thing. All right.
Yep, he's doing it. Arkeys is doing it now. So we're going to have 2 great YouTubers who have been doing very good things, very very fast times. Arkeys' channel has grown.
We're going to have two great YouTubers, and Darren, and Arkeys. Fortunately, we've also got Victoria to bring the standard up. Class. That's real class. Right. I want to send a message. Well, and message him. So I now need to. Now I need
hopefully
to
it shouldn't take too long. Right, here comes Darren. Here we go.
Hello.
Hello there. Hello.
Chicken.
How are we?
It's good to see you.
I've just heard what you've just said about me being a very fast driver, and that's not true, Hugh.
Oh, you always beat me. You always beat me by a long way. That
maybe that should be telling you something that you're not quite as fast.
And you always do very well in that Bugatti. Group 4 Bugatti at Monza.
Of course. We do like
you always seem to
Monza. How can you win in a Bugatti? It weighs 10 tons.
Yes, but if you learn how to drive it, Roo, you'll understand.
Well, if I wanted to learn how to drive it, I would probably still be rubbish. So, sure.
I must say, Roo, it is very nice to see you sober this evening.
I'm usually sober. I've got enough money not to
for myself.
Good girl.
I do apologise about this, Roo, but we both have a glass of wine.
That's all right. No, that's absolutely fine. You can relax. You've got a night off, haven't you? So.
Milk and coffee.
Milk and coffee at the same time. That's very good.
Yeah, well, I'm thirsty and I don't want to have to get up to get another one. So
see, that's the danger. 2 hands, 1 mouth.
Yes.
No,
anyway, and how's everybody in the chat? Are we all good?
Good. I've just sent Arkeys a message there.
I know. I'm very excited about Arkeys coming on.
Yeah, so
I've just copied and pasted it in a direct message to his Discord. But he sent. Discord? Yeah, Arkeys 74.
Yeah.
Why are you just finding out about this now?
No. Well, I only know he's on there because he posts his videos on Discord.
Right. See them on YouTube. I've never noticed.
Yeah, I'll need to join his
well, I've just clicked a friend request to him, so there you go.
Okay.
I don't know what I was about to type in what I've just said, and if he's listening, he heard me say it, so there's no point typing it.
You don't have to type it,
you can click it direct. Just if Arkeys watching.
Arkeys, what? Do I have a Discord? Yes.
You can click it directly from the link that I've sent you. When
he comes Discord. On, we've all got to go like this. Spam, 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 wonderful spam, and then one of us say, bloody Vikings!
I don't know the words to that one, Roo.
Well, I used to have the record that had it on, and it goes something like this. You can have spam, 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 baked beans, spam, 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 and spam. Blech! That's my impression of
yes,
that little bit. And then whoever it was playing, the one goes, I don't like spam. He goes, well, I'll have your spam.
Okay, show's taking a bit of a different direction. But okay.
There we go. Flash Tiger has also joined us. Good to see you, Flash Tiger.
Hello, Flash.
We're just getting all our guests coming in the door just now, and then we'll be doing our interview from
I'm going for my Santa Claus look.
There you go. Right. I've managed to send, hopefully, that is the one to Arkeys.
This will be Arkeys' first visit on your show. It'll be great.
It will indeed. It will indeed. Yes. Here we are.
Subtitles.
Arkeys is here. Arkeys!
Hey!
Hello.
Hello, Arkeys. It's good to see you. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
It's the man with incredibly good sense of humour on a Monday morning.
Yes. Yeah.
So I have to write everything instead of talking. Yeah, that's.
Well, you can't do subtitles on this bit, Arkeys.
Yeah, it's all right. We can.
There's no way around this.
No.
Well, that's the problem, and that's actually why I'm sticking to that subtitle thing, because I think it's, it all flows really like real fluent English, like John Cleese would do it inside my head. But I know when I try to speak English, I sound like a stupid Viking. So I just like to type it in, and then people can read it with their own voice.
Vikings don't sound stupid. I refute that.
Arkeys, can you say, I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle?
I'm not Austrian.
You have to do it in the bathroom. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist that one. I'm sorry, mate.
So then, Arkeys.
Look at this one, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Property of Stig.
Yeah, that is fantastic. So we're going to have to ask you, as it's your first time on the show, Arkeys.
Which Stig? Blomqvist?
Could be.
How did you get started in gaming and racing games? How did it all begin?
Oh, it began with PlayStation 1 and Gran Turismo 1 back in, I don't know, long time. When did the first Gran Turismo game come out?
1997.
Yeah.
1997. So that's when I started, and I played Gran Turismo 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I had a huge break, not playing anything until Gran Turismo Sport in 2017, 18-ish.
Yeah.
Something with having kids and stuff like that in between.
That will do it.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you obviously do a lot of GT sport, and you've seen really good growth in your channel, getting good views on your videos as well. So, how did you find your kind of bit of the market? What was it? How what made you decide just to do to write on the screen rather than to do audio?
Yeah, I think basically because I just found that as a way around avoiding to speak in public with my broken English accent. So and it made it and also made it easier for me to do the videos whenever I had time to do it. I could do it while I had a break at work or in the car and everywhere. Everything is done on my iPad, basically. It's very...
You do them very quickly because you get them out very early on a Monday morning.
Yeah.
That's a benefit of my daily musician life. I usually don't work Monday morning. I work every other weird hours, but Monday morning, that's usually my day off, so I can get up. I usually, when I have the chance, I usually get ready those 20 minutes before the first race A. So I sit there waiting. As soon as it's I think it's 7:40 a.m. in Denmark. So I'm just ready. Okay, so that's the car. Quick warm up and then get into the first race when everyone doesn't know what the hell they're doing, and we're all goofing around and finding break points as we go along. Yeah. So and then just a quick editing, and then try to get it out before noon. But the editing thing, even if it's only writing the subtitles, it takes forever.
It's horrible doing the editing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It takes forever.
But sometimes if I get a good idea for a video intro, as soon as I see which combo it is, even if I don't know the car, then maybe I do the intro in the days up till Monday, so I have that bit ready, and then I just have to record a couple of races and hope everything goes well. Sometimes it goes like it just goes down the drain, but then that's the video. I sort of try to keep it like that. If I'm lucky, then I have a couple of good races, and sometimes I just have 2 crap races, and then I have to make the best of that. So,
have you seen next week's races? We've got Spa in heavy rain.
Oh yes, Spa. I'm not even going near that.
What is that race C? Is that
race C? Yeah, and race B is Maggiore again.
I think I could go so far off track I end up in Netherlands or something like that.
Not far. The best down the road.
No.
That's going to be an interesting one. If it's rain during the day, next thing it'll be rain during the night.
No.
I'm not
trusting
you. I think we need to give Lou some time here because he's looking a bit lonely. He's been quiet.
No. You carry on. You carry on. This is much better.
I know you like talking, Roo, and you're looking lost. No, the cat.
Cat. I speak cat.
That was Eugene.
Eugene
the cat.
So,
Really
so what races have you been working on in Arky? What do you see as your best combinations that make you the most competitive?
It's usually some of those weird race A combos.
Yeah.
That usually works out for me, especially these days when there's no penalty systems. So the races where the car is fairly easy to drive, then I'm pretty much screwed over basically because everyone just use the car as a pry bar in the corners. If they can get their nose in, they'll just get their nose in and just mow their way through. If the car's a bit tricky to drive, that usually sorts out the at least the less talented scumbags. So then we just have the talented scumbags left in the race.
See him go in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Then you can sort of maneuver around them. And
what do they say? Aim for where they are, not where they're going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't do race A's because I can't drive road cars. It's ridiculous.
See, I quite like when they used to do things like the Mini Cooper S, like the 1960s Cooper S.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Mini Cooper. Don't call that BMW a Mini. I mean, for a start, it's the size of a Maxi.
I actually think,
really?
Yeah, it's about the same size as the Maxi. They should have called it the BMW Maxi, and then we would have been all right.
They were a terrible car, though, Roo.
Yeah, but the hydrogen gas suspension was clever and comfortable. It was just built by people that left their sandwiches in the door.
Yes,
Not great.
If you're lucky.
It's like the Road Rest E1. What a fantastic car! What a beautiful car with a big V8 in it. And you shut the door, and the opposite door falls off.
Yeah,
aerodynamic.
Sounds like cars you buy.
I don't like cars like that.
So going back to race A.
No, he doesn't buy them. He finds them. Someone's abandoned them because free car. I love this.
If I can bring it back, Mr. Root, if I can bring it
try.
Back to race A, like for example, like the original Mini, the 1960s Mini at Suzuka East, because that's always quite a good combination. That seems to be good. But you're also good at Tsuba, because that seems to be another circuit that comes up quite a lot on race A.
Yeah, that's it's up next week actually in something in 300. I don't know which one. I can usually jump onto that one and just go straight away. So, and also Goodwood. That.
Yeah,
Goodwood is horrible.
You don't like Goodwood? Oh dear.
Actually works out. The one we had recently, that hideous driving Aston Martin.
Oh, that was a tough car.
I could have stayed in that race and really build up some DR. But the point is, it would have been completely useless, because then I wouldn't be able to enter any other race without being completely embarrassing myself. So I like to keep my DR where it's reasonably level, so I can enter all three races without getting completely humiliated.
Very
I
sensible.
think it's around, it's 30, 35.
I don't even know what that means.
35, yeah.
It's a driver rating group.
40.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
The
understand.
best I've been.
Is that good?
It's around 45k, between 45k, 50k at some point. But that was when we had a penalty system and there was some sort of justice going on. And that was mainly race A. I could be A+ in race A, and then but I'm only just A in race B and race C. So I like to keep it where it's realistic.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It is hard because the last while to get good combinations at work, and in that way you have a chance of being competitive and improving. that is quite tricky at the moment. But I'll quickly move over to Darren, and I'll say, Darren, what have you been up to in the last 6 months?
What have I been up to? Well, what I haven't been up to is streaming very much, which I apologise. I haven't done. I've started a new job in October, and that's because I'm working nights.
Yeah.
So it's quite difficult. I've had some issues. A few, my mum went into hospital, and there's just things have got in the way.
Yeah.
And I know I need to get back to streaming, and because I miss all you people in the chat.
I'm so glad you didn't blame me.
No, don't blame me. Why would I blame you? It's just been a difficult few months.
Yeah.
I am going to get back to it, and plus the races at the moment don't suit me whatsoever. They're not the sort of races I like.
They're all filled with nutters for a start.
Well, yes, they are filled with nutters indeed.
I've tried them, and I'm minding my own business. I'm at the back. I'm out of everyone's way, and someone still manages because they come
Can't be
off.
the leader if you're at the back.
No. 2 cars ahead will have a fight. They'll come off, and I happen to go past them. I'm like, oh God, no! And then as they're coming past, I'll try and get out of the way because you're faster than me. Get on with it. I'm busy trying to just enjoy myself. No. Oof. And then I can't catch him up to smack back into them. It's really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I have been on. I've tried doing the dailies, but it's just the combos recently have not been kind to me, shall we say?
Yeah.
I've not enjoyed them whatsoever. I mean, we got Spa in the rain.
Bring back Willow Springs.
Willow Springs. That's what we need. I'm only 2.5 hours off A+. What was that, Ro?
I quite like Willow Springs.
It's my favourite track.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
I'm brilliant at Willow Springs.
Everybody else keeps saying how horrible it is and they won't go on it.
No. It's the best track on the game. Right. Because if you go off there, you're not stopping for about 30 miles. You're in the state when you stop.
Were you watching when I went into the pit lane backwards twice?
No.
Same race. I ended up going backwards into the pit lane, and I just thought, I've had enough of this.
Were you in a fireball? It's only
good
if you go backwards in a fireball.
Yeah.
That's my intention, but they don't have guns.
That's the next level, bursting into flames while going backwards into the pit lane.
GT7, guns, bombs, missiles, fireballs. That's what we need.
Some old unreliable cars, because that's the thing. In the old days, if you had a big crash in an old car, it would go up in smoke.
Austin Maxi.
Yeah.
We need an Austin Maxi, or I don't know.
An old Chevrolet Camaro would probably do the trick. To be fair, I think if you went backwards into it's a good car, but it would probably still go up in smoke. Now we've got lots of people in the chat. Flash Dragon has joined us. 2 3s has just joined us. So it's great to see it. And this tonight we're calling it the Star of the Show. Because what we've been doing is we've been sending out invites at the start of the show to those who are watching and who would like to come on the show. And we have Arkeys who are on the show tonight for the first time. And coming back to the show for a second visit, it is Darren Turner and his very good partner in crime. It is Patrick himself.
As opposed to his not very good partner who he keeps locked in a box.
My not so good partner in crimes over there.
There's over there. Fixing the cars that he keeps buying, apparently.
Excuse me, I bought 2 cars in the past 3 weeks. Only one of them broke down an hour after I got it.
That's 50% success rate then.
Yeah.
It wasn't even an hour.
It was an hour and a half after I picked it up. It was getting put on a low loader.
Did it explode? No. Was it like a proper bang? Or was it like
something
boring, like it just won't start?
It wasn't exciting or anything like that. It's not like when you see me driving, when you get that.
No, it was a part in the engine failed massively.
Fairly major.
So we did have a Fiat Tempra once, and the engine fell out of it going along a dual carriageway. I wasn't driving at the time; my wife was. That wasn't good.
At least you didn't have a bonnet fly up while you were on the M40, so you couldn't see where you were going.
No. Oh no.
Oh yes.
No.
That sounds extremely exciting. Now I'm going to bring this back to sim racing for a wee moment.
Why?
You've got a good chat, you.
What are you telling you? That's rubbish. You got me on the show. We stopped talking about sim racing. That's the deal. You know that.
Not when I invite people to talk about sim racing. So
no one's answered my question yet, and I asked it first.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little minute. But to Arkeys and to Darren, why do you think that in the last few weeks and months, the racing has gotten to such a level of kind of carnage? Because it was getting quite bad before. Is it just the penalty system? Or is it more than that?
Right, I'll go first.
Great wizard.
I've got great. Lou, I've gone off you very quickly. Right. I'm going to say a lot of the schools were closed because of
Ginger.
I don't like you anymore.
And the beautiful woman sat next to him. Got a fan there, Victoria.
Right. Rude, we're getting back to sim racing.
All right.
Right. The reason why I say schools were closed, you've had a lot of kids off with COVID, and everyone who's between the ages of 8 and 12 is joining the daily races.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
No, you. I think, to be honest, the way the penalty system is at the moment, or lack of it, it works. Because even though there's no penalties during the race, you get the SR downs after the race, so they all get put in lower lobbies. So to me, it works. I mean, look what happened with Luis D'Inicio. He's ended up being banned in America.
Really?
Oh, I've heard of him.
He's banned in America now, but he's had to make another account called Chalky Mattress.
Charming name, by the way.
It's not a charming name at all.
Has he got a picture of Jim Davidson on it? Lying on him. For people old enough to remember those gags.
Yes, we remember those days, yes.
Obviously not me, because I'm between 8 and 12, but you know.
Yeah, so carry on, David.
I put it down to the schools being closed. There's that many people off with COVID at the moment, unfortunately. Yeah. We've had Christmas, so a lot of people have... They're just been at home, haven't they? And kids have got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
I think the penalty system as it is at the moment works because you get the SR downs at the end of the races. Yes, it's annoying when you got the missiles coming at you, and
unless I'm firing them.
Well, unless you're firing them.
You know.
Yes, we know Rue. But for me, I think it works. It's annoying, but it works.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think, Arkeys. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I think I've learned to live with the current state of the game, and you might call me an old hippie, but I think I try to approach it with that. If I provide some good energy into the game, whether if it's in the chat before and after, and just try to keep it cool. Then because there might be some crazy dudes or dudesses in the races, but there are also many people in the races who actually also just want to have a good race and then just focus on that, and then you usually find out who are my friends here. Even though we are competing, you can sort of always make friends in those races, and then just keep my focus on that, and then just really trying to remember when someone takes you out, it might as well be a 12-year-old kid. So just try to be the grown-up one in that situation, even though it can be hard from time to time.
Yeah.
But that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. It is
try to keep the positive energy going.
You can tell that obviously when people have gotten GT Sport, and they sign up and they do all the stuff for multiplayer, and they watch the racing etiquette videos, and they have to say what's good, what's good driving technique and all of that. And you can see that's gone straight out the window. They've just left that on at the side until it's played through, and then they go on to the next one so they can get actual racing. Because I think you're right. I think people just don't realise what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. And this is why you're getting these big ramming events and missiles, as they say, coming at you. And it's because even you stay out of the way of somebody, you're not had anything to do with the clashes that they've been involved in. And if you happen to drive past them because they've half spun, you find that if they can catch up with you, or they'll just drive straight into
you out as well,
regardless. And you're like, hang on a minute, I'm 92 with what you were doing. And then, of course, as soon as the race finishes, they immediately disconnect. They leave the lobby before you.
And usually shows that they know exactly what they are doing when they disappear like that.
You can always tell if someone's going to be dirty during the race, because in the pre-race chat it says, "Let's have a clean race."
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
That is so true. It's like virtue signaling.
You always do.
Everybody. I want you to have a clean race so I can bash you out of the way and win.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Neo says, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Darren. And DTR Cars, Iron says, I think GT Sport needs the ACC penalty system. And that's true, because if you have a crash, it takes DR from both of you. And also, it's if you hit somebody deliberately, you tend to come off a lot worse. And you tend to spin off and crash, and that's about it. But I wonder what they will do for GT7, if they'll discontinue with a similar system, or if we're going to see something radically changed. What do you think, Arkeys?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of slightly worried that they will just continue as they've been doing right now. Maybe their focus is on something else than getting a penalty system sorted. But if there was one thing I would like, then it should be a bigger range for the SR system. So so instead of just that 99, because you can get up to that fairly easily, it should be like 999, and you really had to grind to get there, because then you could really get it sorted and get the dirty boys put together with all the other dirty boys, and then they can just beat the crap out of each other. I don't know. But I don't know if the player base is big enough for that, to make such a huge span in the SR. I don't know, but something like that. But I'm not an expert. But I would love to have some sort of penalty system back again. I enjoyed it, the good old days, man.
It's like British Rail. No one missed British Rail while it was there. As soon as they replaced it with the next thing, we all think British Rail was so good. You could just buy a ticket and go somewhere, and there was like a timetable, and that was it. Thank you. Just wow. Yeah, it's amazing.
We've got a Viva now, or a Riva, or whatever they're called.
Oh, they've got all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, Riva do trains as well. Yeah,
blue train, same colour as the bus.
Yeah.
So I like to think that with Gran Turismo 7, what's going to happen is that they're going to go all Italian, and instead of a penalty system, they're going to have people jumping out the cars, shouting at each other, screaming and going like this, beeping the horn and swerving a lot, and then that's it. Both of you'd have to get out, and then the virtual driver screams at each other and then jumps back in and carries on driving like
that would be excellent.
Oh yeah, we need
so
it. We need a ton of gesture commands. Press R2 for waving your right hand.
That would be quite good, actually. Yeah, gesture commands. That would be quite a good one.
A lot of people want like a full damage model, don't they? So you get damage if someone rams you. But that GT never does long enough races to warrant having that
damage. I came up with that idea, didn't I? Remember, Hugh, and we was having that conversation that time with some other people, saying that damage, I think it was with Matt, and just saying that if they had real terrible sat the cameraman. So if you had like proper damage on the cars, then if you hit someone, then you suffer because your wheel falls off. Instead of this indestructible. If there's no consequences at all, they just do it. They get away with it. And I know people were saying the person you hit also gets damage, and it's unfair on them. But I think, like Arkeys was saying, eventually it will sort of filter out the stupid driving, because people would learn. I suffer. I don't gain anything. Maybe stop doing it. That's just a thought.
I'd still drive though, and I'm stupid.
I'm not commentating. I'm not commenting on that. I'll allow Victoria to comment on that. What do you think?
Couldn't possibly comment.
Excellent.
So, what are the big plans? I know, Darren, you were saying that you're hoping to try and get back into streaming. Have you got a plan to get back in the early part of this year?
Yes, it will be. It will be shortly, because I've got my new pedals all set up, which have taken forever to try and get used to. Courtesy of Mrs. Darren bought me those for Christmas. I've got some V3s. Very difficult to get used to. So I've got them. So I couldn't stream while I plugged them in because I couldn't make it round any corners.
Really?
It was as soon as I touched the brake, I was off. I was woo.
Are they load cells? Are they load cell ones like that?
Yes, they are.
He's going to be jealous now. Look at him. He's gone red. He's turning green already.
Who's turning green? Hugh.
I'm hoping to get
that one.
New pedals. Yeah, I'm hoping to
this one up here in this corner.
Yeah, that's one of Elbow's hat tricks excuses.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, everyone tells me you can gain about half a second. Yeah,
Arkeys, don't wave that up because you know you're very quick.
You're very quick on with that one. But they say that a good set of pedals can easily save you half a second on a lap if you can get it right.
I'm about a second slower at the moment.
Is that your experience, Darren?
That's my excuse. No. They did take some getting used to. I've been going in lobbies and just racing with other people in lobbies rather than doing the dailies and ruining the SR and the DR. So I am getting used to them now. I mean, I will get back to streaming. Like I say, it's been a difficult few months, last couple of months, but I promise I am going to be back.
He doesn't have an excuse anymore.
No, but it's meant to be fun, Darren. So if you've
got to enjoy
you don't feel like it. You don't feel like it. It's not like it's great to see you. It's wonderful to abuse you online. It's great. It's entertaining. But I'd rather
keep that one quiet.
I'd rather be horrible to someone that actually wants to be there.
Yes.
I think that works.
Would you like a ladder to get yourself out of this hole now, or are you fine as you are?
Hey, listen.
I'll give you a handout, Ruth's fine.
I'm glow in the dark because I've been genetically engineered with the jellyfish.
Okay.
So,
that was today.
Same question.
The jellyfish, and it glows in the dark now.
Same question, Arkeys. What are your plans for 2022 and sim racing?
Ooh, yeah. I hope I can get my hands on a PlayStation 5 at some point, maybe. I've pre-ordered the game, both for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. That what is it, the 25th anniversary edition thingy. So, but my plans, I don't know. For now, I'm just getting further into doing those videos as I'm doing them.
Yeah.
Already and finding basically I'm having fun doing them doing the videos as I'm doing them right now actually, and that's the main thing for me because it is just my small hobby, and I have actually I should most of that time I'm spending editing videos. I should be practicing the piano actually, and because that's the way I make I earn my money and all that boring adult stuff. So, but let's see what that. It depends on what new things there might be in the new game. If there's something interesting offline content in there, maybe I can do something on that. But I'm not the one to do like guides in this. This is how you do this fast, and you can be really, because I'm not that fast actually. I'm just I know what my thing is on this. I can do those small entertainment bits and try to sort of find the bright side of playing a racing game, and that's my little thing in this. there are plenty others who can do all that, the serious stuff much better.
Your videos bring us great entertainment, though, Arkeys.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. No, I have to say, we're always watching them first thing on a Monday when we get a chance, because you'll be on the first out with a video. And it's always great to see that you've done the races, and you always do race A, and I do like race A as well.
Perfect.
It's always good to see them, and they're good fun. Now, 23's has got a question for you. He says, will you ever move from the pad to a wheel?
I would love to move to a wheel, but that's all down to the amount of space in our house. We are living here, four people in a not very big house, and there's lots of other stuff going on. So at the I wouldn't know where to put a rig. Yeah, maybe I could put a rig behind my desk where I am, but then I wouldn't be able to do anything but racing. Hey, perfect. But yeah, so that's basically it. So I'm sitting. When I'm playing, I'm sitting in the middle of the house in the living room, which is basically the room everyone goes through. So I have to do it when there's nobody else around, or I can play the game, but like doing live streams and stuff like that, that's really tough. So that's not really happening. Yeah. But I would love to have a wheel, and I have this idea that I would be a monster on a wheel. But I don't know if that's reality. But I can feel that. I know that there are plenty of really fast pad players out there, but I can feel all the disadvantages of being too aggressive on the throttle in the corners, and because you're sitting with that left trigger finger and you're just driving exactly like Senna with that throttle going. Yeah, it's really hard to control.
Yeah. I always remember as soon as I got my wheel and pedals, at first, I mean, it was just kind of getting involved in a new experience of racing, and it is great. I mean, I have to say that your first experience, you think, wow, this is something else. But then it takes a little while to get a bit quicker, because obviously you've got more fields, and you can, it's easier to go around the corner, but it doesn't necessarily make you quicker straight away. I think a lot of people find it takes them maybe a little while, and then they get the breakthrough and they see the things opening up, mainly in the steering, that it seems to kind of, because you can be smoother, and then you can obviously apply throttle and brake a bit better.
Precise.
Yeah.
I'd say it took me a couple of weeks to start like matching my times for the controller, and then another couple of weeks to start getting quicker. And now I've got my new pedals and back to where I was when I first got my wheel. So I've got to try and get quicker again now.
But Darren, you were on the D-pad, right? On the directional buttons. You didn't use the sticks, or?
No, I used to use the D-pad.
Yeah.
I didn't use the sticks.
Wow, that's even more tricky.
I found it easy though. For me, it was easy, apart from like the blisters on my thumb. From the driving.
So you weren't that idiot flashing your lights through all the corners like me, for example. No. I'm flashing everyone.
Well,
no.
On a moment of flashing lights, I had a great shot yesterday, because I was driving this double-decker bus in my new job. You see, for the first time, they allowed me to drive a double-decker bus.
Congratulations on the new job.
Thank you. Well, I've passed the theory and I'm doing the practical, and I've got my practical test a week tomorrow. So once I get that, then I was going to say,
I've been in touch with DVLA and said I'm handing my license back whenever it's used on shift.
A very good idea. But the thing was, I was on the dual carriageway, and in this it's a proper London. It wasn't the Routemaster bus, but it has been a previous London double decker. And everything's on one stalk. So like your indicators, your wipers, lights, everything was on the one. And I was trying to find, I was trying to get the wipers to work so I could clear my window.
It's like a Mercedes, right? They do the one stalk thing as well.
Yeah. So I was doing this one thing, and there was another bus driver in front of me with one of the other instructors who we were following. And obviously I had my instructor alongside me. And I couldn't get anything. I couldn't get the thing to do the scooters. But I managed to hit the horn, I managed to flash my lights to everybody, and the whole thing Thankfully, I didn't kind of swerve across the lanes. But it was
Did you open any of the doors as well?
That was the other thing. Because it's a London bus, it has all these pedals, and the pedals are everywhere, and it's to help you to be quicker to open the doors. And I ended up opening the doors by accident. Thankfully, the bus would stop. But it was a random. We'd stop. They'd practice stopping at a bus stop. And a random person was walking past the bus stop, and of course I opened the doors, and the guy comes along and says, "Oh, is this the number, whatever it is, for whatever place he was going?" And I said, "No, we're just a training bus." And of course the instructor jokes on me. He says, "Oh, anywhere you want for a £5." He says, and I said,
"Typical Geordie."
How do you practice stopping at a bus stop?
Well, you would think
you just pull in and stop.
It's not.
Driving for years. You know how to stop.
It's not as easy as that, because you've got overhangs, you see. So there's actually an art form to stopping at a bus stop, and the examiners are really strict on it, because you've got to stop at the right part, and it might not be where the pole is, like where the flag post is.
They've got a raised bit now, haven't they?
Or it could be raised, you see. So and if you come in too sharp, and there's not enough room for you to go, when you turn out, the back of your bus will take out the bus shelter or any pedestrians that are on the pavement. So you've got to be careful. I know. It sounds like you'd think it would be easy and straightforward, but it's not. That's why you have all these big mirrors, so you can actually check everything and sort it all out.
So from now on, you are going to be called Butler from now on.
I can't do it. I need a little. Can't do him.
But I have to say, it's great fun. The double decker was surprisingly quick, surprisingly nippy, and it went on. I got 60 miles an hour on the dual carriageway, which feels quite fast when you're in a, I think it's about 12 tons or something. So it's a big vehicle, and it's wide. It's 8.5 foot wide, so it is quite big. And
he starts sliding the back end down a road. He turns to the instructor, goes, "My mate says that's a fishtail, mate, not a tank slapper."
But yeah, no. So it's great fun. But I might have to get bus simulator in order to start.
I can't believe he was telling Matt the other day about bus simulator on the interview he did the other night. He's persuaded Matt to buy bus simulator. We're going to have a whole new type of sim racing.
I was like, no.
Double-decker buses. It's going to be like back when Barry Sheen went from bikes to trucks and everyone started following truck racing. Everyone's going to be watching sim racing buses around Brands Hatch. Should be awesome.
The political mind has put the Enviro 400 as a fast bus.
Really?
That's Howard John.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, no, I'm
sorry.
It is something, but yes, it's an art form. Trust me, and the examiners are very strict. If you don't stop at the right bit at the right time and do all the procedures, you don't get the job. So it's very, very strict and that. But great fun. How on earth did we get on to bus driving? I do not know. But
you started talking about it.
Oh yes, I did, didn't I? I did.
You have a pink bus that you broke today.
There has a point.
So,
ow,
very rude.
Ow.
Would there be?
You've got a request from Serality. I don't know why he's asking you to say it, because I can think of at least one other person with a beard who would be able to say it and be more accurate to the original.
I can't say it. I can't.
Because you know what it means. Like nobody else in Britain did.
Smeghead. He's a proper smeghead.
For all those red
say Trans Am wheel arch nostrils.
What?
Say what?
Trans Am wheel arch nostrils. That's what you
call
Rimmer.
Trans Am wheel arch nostrils. You couldn't outwit a used sea bag.
Stop calling me Rimmer. What's your name? It's the way you put the emphasis on the rim. It makes me sound like a toilet.
He's probably one of the best.
Call me Big Man. Hey, Big Man. You know where they're on the Nova 5. They got all the skeletons around, and he goes, "Hey, ladies, my mate here died, and he was incredibly brave."
You are terrible at a Scouse accent.
That is very good. That is very good. I'm sure you'll find out about it.
Maybe. Did I ever tell you the story where my ex-best mate Rob, who lived in Skelmersdale, Skelmersdale.
Yeah, it's called Scum, not Scummy.
It was called Scummy in those days. I went there. Anyway,
the
point is, it is Scummy. We're walking in Huddersfield.
It's a Huddersfield from Skem. That's a really long way.
Lived there. That's where I did my degree. And we're walking along, and he's chatting with this nice Liverpool lass, very pretty, all this kind of stuff. Me, clueless, because I didn't understand what Skelmersdale was. And she stops talking to him, starts chatting to me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's from near you. Oh, where's he from? Oh, Skelmersdale. And she did a 180 and started walking the other way.
Yes.
It was fantastic. And he's like, thanks, Andy. Thanks a lot.
Neil, who's in the chat, lives nearer to Skelmersdale than me. Don't you, Neil? You do. You're only about 10, 15 minutes away from Skelmersdale. I'm at least 20.
And he had a good job. He had a good job in London, and for his 25th birthday, he paid for us all to go, him and his mum and his dad and his sister and me, to go to the West End and watch Blood Brothers.
Great show. Good show.
Superb. I mean, it was amazing. So we're watching Blood Brothers, but of course we're surrounded by some very, very posh London people like this, we see, in the West End. And then that's fine.
You sound Welsh? How did you sound Welsh?
I didn't. That wasn't Welsh. I could do it. Listen, love. Listen, love. I can do a South Wheeling accent for you if you want. But if you want, I can do an Anglesey accent. I can do that very well indeed. My ex-wife is from Caerphilly, South Wales, but I spent 30 years living in North West Wales. I can do that very well, you know. Oh, English, but English, no. Anyway, so
that was not Welsh.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Anyway, they get to the bit where the mother is being relocated to the new town. And she stands on the stage and she goes, we're going to paradise. We're going to Skelmersdale. And we just peed ourselves with all these London people going, oh, why are they laughing? Was this a joke? She says, yes, mate. This is an in-joke for people that know the area. Don't worry about it. Oh, that was fantastic.
Well,
superb.
Skelmersdale is a horrible place. There's no traffic lights in Skelmersdale. It's just roundabouts.
Ring road and roundabouts.
Just roundabouts. They have one roundabout that's called Half Mile Island because it's half a mile all the way around it.
Huge. It's huge. There was meant to be 125,000 people moving there, and then no one moved there, so they never finished that because it was going to be like big flyovers, wasn't it, and all that kind of stuff. And they just left massive roundabouts with big humps in them, and that's it. Nothing else.
There's nothing else there apart from people who want to be Scousers but aren't.
And Lego houses.
And the ones that didn't quite make it into Skelmersdale moved to Ormskirk, didn't they, Neil?
Well, there we go. On that.
Sorry, I couldn't resist the dig at Neil.
If I can bring everything to
portions of the northwest of England.
Bear Idea Boy has said that Arkeys only needs 3 more subs to hit 300, which is pretty good.
We've got to get Arkeys 3 more subs.
We need to get 3 more subs for Arkeys. That'd be fantastic.
Then I have to get. Then I have to buy new wiper blades. I think I actually accidentally said that in a stream. Only joking with big YouTubers and getting Lamborghinis and stuff, and I just said something like, "Well, if I get 300 subs, then I might buy new wiper blades for my car."
Yeah,
that's about time for that, I think.
I know that's the thing, isn't it? It's quite funny. I mean, it's great to see the guys that have obviously they've done very well with their channels. They've been around a long time, and they were the early guys doing the commentary on gaming and obviously playing all these games. And now they're in the shoes. That we look at people like Jimmy Broadbent, Super GT, and they get to drive all these incredible cars. But I think it's actually really nice for where we are in terms of our channels are growing and we're getting somewhere, and we have hopefully a goal to kind of increase to see it get better. But as you say, it would be nice to get. I think the aim to get monetized is the first thing. Which I know many of the guys like Dead Eye Delboy in the chat did it in about 4 or 5 months, which was an amazing run. But it gives us hope that we can get there as well, and get it all sorted.
5 million.
on a quick question for you. That for you, Arkeys, if there was another racing game that you could play, what would it be? Or do you already?
It's a tough one. Yeah, I actually got that. What's the name? Dirt 2.0. I got that rally game recently. I enjoyed that. I never really got into it, but it was a nice getaway from GT Sport. Also, that just driving by myself and trying to not kill myself, wrap the car around a tree, and I think. Yeah, and the cars in that game they sound amazing, and so something like that. I'm not going to play something like a Formula One game because I'm actually not really into Formula One. I usually find out that there's a Formula One race going on if I open my Twitter. And I can see all you guys go completely nuts about it. What the hell is this? Oh, yeah, there's a race going on. But I think it's because it's not really cars anymore. It hasn't been for many years. It's more like lawnmowers on speed, actually. I don't know.
Oh, racing lawnmowers at Ace. That needs to be on GT7.
It's on Wreckfest and it's really good.
The World Championships are held in Britain every year.
Ooh, Wreckfest. That I might enjoy that. I think actually.
Yeah, Wreckfest.
The game Wreckfest.
It's
Wreckfest is good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, no,
that's doing Daily Race B.
It's hard to tell the difference sometimes.
Well, yeah.
This week's Race A might as well have been in Wreckfest. It's the most ridiculous Race A I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one, Arkeys. It is.
Is that the one at Le Mans, isn't it? Is it Le Mans and the...
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
One lap.
One lap. And you can, and if you get taken out, you can't do anything. And if you get a penalty, you can't do anything because the race is over. By the time you get around and serve that penalty, that's just the end of the race. That's like when we have those. This week is two laps, but when you have those one lap on the Nordschleife, because there's only one penalty zone, and that's at the end of the lap, just at the beginning of the long straight. So that's the end of the race, and if you get a penalty at the beginning, then you just know that's it. I'm done. Might as well just leave the race. But
So GT7, at least 2 laps. So we're building a list of things we want here. GT7.
You can't have 2 laps. You need every race a minimum of 5.
Yeah, okay, 5 laps of Spa or the Nürburgring. The
Nürburgring 5, because anything less than, if you're doing Spa or Monza or somewhere like that, you need at least 10 laps.
Yeah.
Because it'll be good then.
Then you can carry them up, smash into them again.
Could be quite good. No, that's
we need buses, double deckers.
We don't want double deckers.
We do. We want to go.
As well, the VW vans.
Yeah, they do have VW vans.
We need the fastest vehicles in the world, white vans. They are
transit
vans,
fastest vehicles in the world, white vans. We also need Rome and Paris, especially the Arc de Triomphe and that other one in Rome.
Yeah, track right there would be quite good.
Because that would be great training in avoiding accidents.
No, the complex string. That's the one we want.
Remember that one.
Remember that one. That was very.
I remember that one.
Magic Roundabout.
But actually, GT Sport, that was actually the first game I played anything online, and I remember it was just a mind-blowing experience because before that, I stopped at GT4 and I was still just playing the game like I'm. Maybe like every other teenager. I wasn't a teenager at that time, but just sideswiping the AI cars the best you could to get around the corners. And when I entered into that online thing, but wait a minute, people can drive really fast here, and it actually has. And you have actual people getting mad at you if you do stupid stuff, and it was. It's quite an experience. getting into
like
that.
that's like real racing. What's that doing?
Yeah,
Weird.
what the hell?
What?
Now, here's a thing. Here's a bit of a turn up for the books. Deadeye Delboy's father actually builds the Dennis bus I drove yesterday. He actually works in the factory that builds them.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Something, isn't it? Yeah, it's very cool. That's a great job. That
and anyone with any sense loves a Cummins diesel engine.
was that the motto?
It's just fact, Cummins diesels. I mean, okay, Perkins diesels, they've got a bit of prestige. You can stick them in a Land Rover. But Cummins diesels, power. Oh, amazing things. Or maybe Gardner diesels.
Have you ever been told you're a party pooper?
I was going to say.
You've just completely killed the conversation.
I'm not a party pooper. I'm a nerd.
Yes.
Proud of it.
Yes.
But he's
I'm
a
sure
very
you
good
see
race
the end of
engineer.
railway stations.
He's a very good race engineer.
Only the other day, I noticed that there was a very small differentiation between two cars I saw on the road. Oh.
Well, on that note,
you haven't asked the question yet, Hat-trick.
Oh, do you think Lewis Hamilton is going to be around next year? Or this year? But it's like
breathe.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tough one. I know Darren hates Lewis Hamilton, and I've already told I know nothing about Formula One, so
that's okay. Arkeys.
Can't answer that question.
What does Victoria think?
I know who he is.
Excuse me?
You know my thoughts on that.
Be careful.
That was Drew's question. Yeah,
but the question was, do you think he'll stick around for next year? Or I mean, it's not. I'm not mentioning the debacle that happened at that last race where we need to shoot and burn everyone in control of Formula One and just start again.
Yeah, going back to the last race, what they should have done was have like a 10-lap shootout, not with guns out like that. A 10-lap shootout with Hamilton on warm hards and Verstappen on new softs, and that would have solved it.
Yeah.
It would have worked. Anything.
That would have worked. Do I think he'll be back next year? Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yes, I do. Do I think he'll be competitive or be trying to win it back? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he might let Thingy have a go. What?
Oh, you mean George? Yeah, George Russell.
George, she's looking at me very evilly.
She's got that knowing smile. Is that a knowing smile? Have I interpreted that properly?
No. I don't think Max will win it again next year.
Do you know? Okay.
On the other side, I don't think Lewis will either.
So we get old Russell, Georgie Porgy.
He's good. He put on a good show, George. I don't know. I can't make my mind up yet.
It would be amazing if someone like McLaren could suddenly produce a great.
Oh yes,
McLaren can get a driver out in front. It will be absolutely fantastic.
I want a thingy.
Anything that would just that would just put a kind of spanner in the works. Something that would, kind of like what Braun did in 2009, or suddenly all of a sudden a company that nobody expected to go out there and race. That would be quite good, I think. It would be quite. Maybe Ferrari. Ferrari might suddenly come back with something. You could see Carlos Sainz winning a race or two. So you just never know.
Mazepin could
win. I want next year someone to go, it is I, Leclerc. That's what I want someone to do. I've been waiting for 2 years for someone to do that, and no one has. They've got just whatever. Come on, it's right there. His name's Leclerc. Arkeys has no idea what we're talking about. There's a really.
We're talking about I remember that show. Hello. Yeah. We saw that in Denmark as well. Yeah, I just had to bring it up.
Well, I was going to say in closing, what would you guys like to say to your communities? Because you've both got great communities that watch you. I know that for Dan, they're missing you greatly and wanting you back. So, what would you like to say to all those who are following you and chatting on your, leaving comments on your videos and things like that? What would you like to say to them into this new year, 2022?
Well, Happy New Year to start with, and I do sincerely apologise for not streaming as much as what I should have been. But as I said earlier, I've had a difficult couple of months. I will be back, and I do appreciate every single one of them. I know it might not. What's Rue doing?
That was a hug.
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. I do love every single one of them because, like, they're absolutely brilliant. That's what makes Gran Turismo special, because it's such a niche community. Because you get all people who stream playing all sorts of games and that, but Gran Turismo is that's the only game I play, apart from Train Simulator, rarely now and again, which is very boring. But the community is what makes the game, and I love all of them because they're great. Because they always come in the chat and we always have a laugh, and they're just great. They really are.
And how about you, Arkeys? I'll finish with you tonight. What would you like to say to your community?
Yeah, I just a really short recap of all this making YouTube videos thing, because it actually started with me getting into a qualifying championship group. I know Deadeye Delboy was in that one as well. That was when I probably realized that there was a lot of actual real people around doing the same as me, and we were just competing qualifying times, and then so the first live streams I started following, that was actually Deadeye Delboys. I didn't get into Super GTs or keys or anything until maybe a year ago, but that was after starting watching Deadeye Delboys stream, so I could see. Then I suddenly found out, hey, that's the same people there in this stream, and in this stream, it was like being on a big pub crawl all the time, jumping from stream to stream and really having a laugh and having a good time. So my videos was sort of an extension of being in the chat and typing stupid stuff. Now I'm just typing stupid stuff to my own videos. So it's like a way to communicate to those people who I already knew what I was doing on GT Sport, and then suddenly something happened at the end of last year, because then the subs really started climbing, and I'm happy that so many people are enjoying my videos, but they actually just started as you know, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. To those people we already sort of knew each other, and if so many apart from that find that entertaining as well, I'm really appreciating that. That's just a joy. So thank you.
It's fantastic to have everyone on the show here tonight. Arkeys, and of course Darren and Mrs. Darren Turner as well. It's fantastic to have you on the show, and of course Rue, the co-presenter here tonight, adding lots of sparkle and fun to the conversation, and of course with great questions and comments as well. And to everyone who's been watching, it's been great to get your questions and to see your comments, and this will be coming as a podcast as well. So if you haven't managed to make the video, you can always listen to it in the car as you're driving along.
Is that a 25 or a 22?
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's a diesel, I think.
It's a turbo diesel with intercooler.
It's a naturally aspirated diesel. I think it's slow as like
and it's not being turned into a motorhome.
Yeah,
that is a brilliant model. Now, Deadeye Delboy is saying you just need 2 more subs to get to 300. So hopefully, anyone who's been watching this later on or listening to it on the podcast, make sure you subscribe to Arkeys' YouTube channel. I will try and put Arkeys. I will try and copy your link to YouTube. And you too, Darren. I'll pop them in the description later on. It might well be tomorrow by the time I get that done. But we'll put it in there for people who watch the catch-up version, so they can click on your YouTube channels and hopefully subscribe. But it's fantastic to have you on the show. Well, we will definitely have you on again, and for more in-depth questions and questions that you never expected to be asked. But it's been great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming on and for watching tonight and being brave enough to accept that invite and to come on the Car Sim and Race Driver Show. But take care, everyone. Stay on the line just now. And to everyone watching,
Katanga, my friend.
Drive fast.
Thank you. Good night.
Even faster. Take care. Bye-bye.
That's not right, is it? It's close enough.